Good morning, Lebanon area seniors. It's Rebecca here at the Lebanon Senior Center. Once again, here to work with you, working on that strength and mobility, by working on movement, of course. We're going to do about 30 minutes of exercise this morning, all in the name of helping us keeping on the go, right? Exercise has a lot of benefits, but definitely keeping you empowered to go out and tackle your day. Doing the things you want to do is one of the great benefits of maintaining an exercise program. So for this class, we use some common household things. You can use water bottles, you can use a cup of soup, you can use cans of soup, you can use books. If you've got barbells, you can use those. We just like to make sure that we have something with a little weight in it to help us work on that strength. Okay, so we are going to start with just walking in place. This morning, we're going to actually get our arms into that and hold on to our water bottles. So as you walk in place, march in place, you're lifting those feet up one at a time, getting those arms going. Yeah, that's the way to do it. We are glad that you could join us today. All right, let's go ahead and set those water bottles back down for a moment. Now we're starting to get that heart rate up and that blood flowing. Oh, sorry, strand of hair. Let's go ahead and just scoot forward just a little bit. I'm still getting used to these chairs. They're taller than my ones at the house. Let's go ahead and have our arms down at arms down our sides. Arms bent, elbows down to our sides. We are going to start by reaching up to the sky, just like that. And then we're going to rotate to point our fingers to the ground and go down. Back up, rotate, stretch up. Just warming up those shoulders a little bit before we start doing too much with weights. Just want to make sure we've got our circulation going, our joints getting loose. We want to make sure we don't cause any injuries this morning. You're doing really well. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and stop there. And have those feet in a nice 90-degree angle. If you can't knees in a nice 90-degree angle. Help make sure you're balanced and you don't come off your chair. Go ahead and find a nice comfortable place to set your hands. I'm going to move my feet apart, still maintaining that 90-degree angle a little bit. We're going to work kind of back in our core. So we're going to kind of do a seated sit-up here. So I'm just kind of lightly resting my hands on my knees, and we're going to come forward. Try to keep the back straight. And if you can get down further, you can certainly bring those hands off your knees. You don't want to have them on your knees and prevent you from going down. Yeah, see how my shoulders start to catch me? I'm going to go ahead and take my hands. I'm going to start reaching for that floor. Keeping my back straight. I am using my toes to balance myself, keep myself from rolling forwards. Excellent. All right. Come back to our chair now. Now that we've left it, I'm going to hold on to the back of my chair for the next one. You can hold on to the base of your chair. What's comfortable for you? Now we're going to be lifting our leg up off the floor. So lift it up. We're just going to start kicking out. There you go. You feeling like you're warming up? All right. Back to picking up our weights, your water bottles, your soup cans. All right. With your elbows just slightly bent, but your hands dangling at your side, we are going to start doing a bicep curl. We're curling up. We're going to rotate our wrists and bottles face up position and just slowly lower it down. Twist of the wrist, lift up. Twist the wrist so the water bottle's going down toward the ground slowly. Lifting up. Rotating down. Up. Rotating down. You might notice that when you do that rotation, you have to use your arms just a little bit more to make sure you don't drop that bottle when gravity starts to take over. All right, go ahead and stop. I'm going to go ahead and just relax this one on my knee. I'm going to really focus in on this arm now. I'm going to keep my elbow kind of tucked just a little bit towards my body. Remember, we don't ever want to bend all the way backwards. It gets really hard on those joints. So you want a soft bend, full extension. And we're going to curl up, squeezing. Curl up and squeeze. Curl up and squeeze. Squeezing, yeah. You got it. With your arms in orange. You're squeezing that morning orange juice. All right, relax that one. So we can still break on the leg. We're going to go to the other arm. Again, just kind of a relaxed arm position down to your side, not hyperextending the elbow. And then you're going to curl and squeeze that bicep as it comes up. Really just give it a good squeeze. Good job. Never be in too much of a rush to let that arm fall back to your side. Resist gravity a little bit. Make sure your arm stays where the muscles are doing the work. You're not just letting the muscular system take a recoil from gravity taking over. All right. Let's lift both bottles up towards the center of our chest here. It's like you're holding them in front of you, carrying them through an obstacle course or something. And we're gonna have our elbows tucked into our sides a little bit, and we're just gonna rotate out and back in. Rotating out and back in. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and put those water bottles back down to the ground real quick. And we are going to, let's see here, let's go ahead and do a bit of jumping jack. So just do a seated jumping jack. You are going to kick your feet out. Remember, don't kick them so far you come out of the chair. You start off just a little small one just to get the feel for it and then work your way out. Okay, so while your feet are doing this number, gotta do something with those upper arms too, right? So bring those up. There you go. Start working on that balance, your core and your back have to kind of keep you balanced on that chair that you've got there at the house. Whew. Maybe feel a bit like a Russian dancer here. Those traditional folk dances. There you go. About one more. And one. Good job. All right, let's do another little something with that leg of ours. So, our legs are wonderful assets, right? Gotta take good care of them. So we're gonna do, I kind of a reverse donkey kick. So you're gonna lift your knee up and kick your foot away from you. Draw the leg back and set it back down, okay? And then we're gonna switch to the other side. Knee up, kick out, return, back down. Knee up, push away, bring back, set down. Up, push away, back down. You got it. You got it. You're really starting to feel it? I know. But you're doing awesome. Remember, if you need to take a break, you take a break anytime your body says, okay, I need a moment. You can always start back up with us when you're ready. All righty. Let's switch back to working on our arms and back here just a little bit. So our water bottles, kind of shoulder height here, and elbows kind of tucked to our sides. We're going to bring these to the front. So I shouldn't say tuck the sides. We need to have those elbows a bit more as a 90-degree angle here. Spreading those shoulders nice and wide if you can. You guys are looking good. All right. Let's do two more. 1, 2. All right, carefully lowering those water bottles or cans. You know what, and if using a weight, adding a weight is a little too much for you right now, you can do all of these without weights in your hands. All right, so those water bottles or whatnot, or just your hands hanging at your sides, we're gonna be lifting up. Put those water bottles up to shoulder height, bring them back down. Lifting up, bring them back down. I'm gonna lift them a little bit higher than my shoulder height. That's where I need the resistance right now. If you can only get them right here, guess what? We all start somewhere. So you can just get them to wherever in that range you are. Just try to hit that spot a little consistently. Notice how I'm showing control while I do this. I'm not just flinging my arms up in the air really fast. You have a nice steady pace so that the muscles are doing the work, not gravity and the skeletal system. There we go. And let those arms relax back down. If you need to, you can shake them out a little bit. But then they're going to come back up to our shoulders. This time we're going to press up and back down. Press up. Got 2 more in you. 1, 2. There you go. Oh, Starts to feel the burn a little bit after a while. It's all right, you know, just shimmy shake. Shake it off, shake it off. All right, or rotate it up. Let's go ahead and I'm rotating how I'm holding these. So if you've got a can or a water bottle or whatever way you're holding your hand, I'm going to be letting it aim to the side, to the floor here. And we are going to be laterally just kind of at our side bending, as if we're going to set that water bottle on the floor. Just bending at your side, side to side here. And you'll work foot at the side and then coming back up straight. Other side, coming back up straight. Almost putting that bottle or can on the floor, and then bringing it back up again. Doing really good. How about one more each side? To the right, and to the left. Woo! All right. Oh, I am going to go ahead and put these water bottles down on the floor. There we go. And we're going to work across our body a little bit here, laterally. So we're going to pick our right leg and we're going to kick it out to the right side. And our arms have got to go somewhere, right? So we're going to bring those arms up and we're going to go and point them in the opposite direction. So the arms are swinging to the left. Okay? Right leg comes back in, and the arms go to point to the right. Speeding that up just a little bit here. You're doing great. Let's keep those legs moving here. Something slightly different with our arms. So while the legs are going side to side, instead of being at shoulder length, we are going to go up at an angle. Hopefully you put your deodorant on this morning. All right, let's do one more each side. 1 and 1. Great job. I know when we add a little cardio into it, it can be a bit more challenging, but definitely keeps the blood flowing, keeps you wanting to breathe, oxygenating that blood. The muscles need the oxygen, especially when they're working out. So let's come back to our water bottles here. I'm gonna hold them over my knees here just a little bit. I like to set them upright. If you're using a can, you can certainly lay them on their side. Water bottles, I just don't trust. So I've got my water bottles positioned on my knees, and I'm going to be coming up onto my toes, the points of my toes, lifting my heels up off the floor, going back down. Up on those toes and back down. Up on the toes, back down. You can certainly be pushing down on those water bottles if you want to add a little bit of resistance. It's not a whole lot of resistance. It's a little bit. You can squeeze the calf muscle as you come up onto your toes. You can start gently at first. Let the calf make sure it's nice and warm. It should be warmed up from the rest of our exercises, but you can squeeze gently and squeeze a little more intensely as you work here. All right, let's go ahead and move our feet away from us a few inches. And you're going to come back onto your heels. Back on the heel. Go ahead and lay my water bottles on the side because the weight's not over my feet. I'm moving the position of our feet to give it different leverage. Really stretching those ankles, really trying to make those toes flex towards the sky. Doing brilliant. Thank you so much for being with us today. And one more. There you go. All right. I'm going to set these back down. We're going to come up off our chair. If you cannot come up off your chair, that's all right. I want you to think about maybe doing a few more of the seated sit-ups. So where you're coming down towards the floor. Okay, maybe think of adding the coming up on your toes move. So we were coming up on our toes a little bit ago, so we just put our legs apart, we're coming up on our toes. I want to think of you bending down, okay? So the toes come up, you lean forward. So for those of you that can't come out of your chair, that's what I would like you to work on. For those of you who can stand, we are going to be doing just that. So let's get our feet back positioned. So our toes are under our knees here. And I've got my knees just about shoulder width apart, maybe just a little bit more. And we're going to be coming up out of the chair. We're not pushing on our thighs if we can help it. If you need to steady yourself, that's different. Otherwise, we're going to work on just having our hands out to our sides, or you can cross them over your chest. And you are going to lean forward and come up off that chair. Start to squat down. Sit gently back into that chair. Lean forward, come up, squatting back down in the chair. Up and down. Up and down. You're doing great. We're just really working the front of our quads here. These are kind of like doing a squat. If you want, you can stay here. It's a little hard on your knees. If you've had knee surgery and it's too hard to do that repetitive motion, stay here. And just do them like this. Don't go all the way to the chair. All right. And back down. Woo! You guys are doing great. See a comment that someone's thinking that one's a little intense. It can be. Getting up and out of the chair is a really hard workout. A lot of falls can happen as people are trying to get up off of things. That's why it's so important to work with our legs and our balance. The big key to fall prevention is maintaining that muscle mass so we can do it. That's why if you're watching TV or chilling out on the couch, stopping every once in a while or during a commercial break, get up and down. You don't have to go anywhere. Get up and walk to the kitchen, come sit back down. You know, do some of those squats, do some leg lifts. You're okay. You're looking out for your body during a commercial break. All right, let's pick those water bottles back up here. Since we've got our legs in this nice bent position, let's go ahead and put our water bottles down at our sides. We're going to lean forward just a little bit. Excuse me. Can't talk and exercise at the same time today. We're going to lift the water bottles up in front of us. There you go. You might notice that my elbows are a little bit bent, not hyperextended. Again, I want to keep that tension in the muscles, not so much in my joints. All right, bring the arms back to our sides. We're going to sit back up. Go ahead and bring the water bottles back to shoulder height. This time we're just going to twist and twist, twist. There you go. You guys are doing great. Just being a little corkscrew. Alrighty. Do one more each side. 1 and 2. Excellent. Let's see, which one haven't we done today? Oh, we haven't done the back of the arms. All right, so I am going forward in my chair just a little bit. We've got our water bottle. Let's do this as our start position. So we're leaning forward. You can actually set the other water bottle down if you want to, or you can rest it on your knee, whichever is comfortable. On our right arm, we've got the water bottle tucked in close to us, leaning forward just a little bit. And we are going to swing that water bottle back behind us and come forward again. Remember, we don't want to kick that water bottle back so hard that we, hurt your elbow. Keep a little bit of bend in your elbow. Just working that back of the arm. You're doing great. Keep it up. All right, about ready to switch to the other side. One more. There you go. All right, rest that hand. Need a drink of water. And the other side's tucked up there. We can't forget to work the other side of the body. Going back. Trying to maintain that tempo and not go too fast is one of the hardest things about it. All right, ready? 1 and 2. Woo! Well, guys, that's it for us today. If you need to do a little bit of cool down, your heart's still going, you can just take a lazy walk in your chair. Do some deep breathing. Otherwise, we will see you again next week. You guys take care. Bye from the Lebanon Senior Center.